Hello everyone, Dan here from the Next Issue Podcast. On today's video, we'll be doing a review for Crocodile Black. Number one, this is a new book from Boom Studios. Let's take a look at the creative team before we get into this book. This book is written by Phillip Kennedy Johnson, illustrated by Som, colors by Patricio Delpeche, and letters by Becca Carey. Beautiful cover you see here by Andrea Sorrentino. There'll be some other covers at the end of the video. Stay tuned for that. Um, so I had no idea what I was getting into with this book, but I saw the name Philip K. Johnson and I was like, all right, I got to check it out. Boom's been killing it with a lot of their number ones very recently. So it was no surprise to me that I was going to enjoy this. So let's talk about what is this book. What makes someone turn to crime, especially in a modern pandemic riddled dystopia? Danny, a seemingly mundane young man lost in escapism with a spiraling lack of control over his life, witnesses something during a delivery job that will change him forever, turning things as dark as the black crocodile skin boots that he can't take his eyes off of. In this crime thriller from Eisner-nominated Phillip Kennedy Johnson and rising star Somnath Pal, the morally gray turns to cold-blooded murder. So, a few things here. First of all, crime thriller, check, I'm in. Philip Kennedy Johnson, check, I'm in. A main character named Danny, check, I'm in. So like this ticks a lot of my boxes. And although I'm not familiar with the artist, once we get into the previews, you're gonna see that it's super super rad stuff. There's just a obviously the tone is very well captured by the darkness of the art. I think there's some paneling where it's just small little details that your eye gets really drawn to. And then of course we have some gratuitous violence, but also there's this element of like foreboding. There's like a not so much a supernatural element, but definitely something that's askew, and we'll talk about that in a second. So let's check out some of the preview pages here. First of all, kicking off with the little snake, the guy smoking there. uh, really bringing you into the setting of like this has to be some kind of mob boss's house or something, right? It's the only way that this could happen. But I love that as he walks in the door, you see the gunshot, you see the little squiggly alligator kind of like in the back behind the gun. That's gonna be a motif that comes back. All these little squiggles, and then of course, just the head being blown right off. Pretty graphic stuff. Uh, yeah, it's just really cool. I love the zooming in on the eyes to reflect and show the fear, and then just the blood splatter here at the end. Yeah, this is just some really amazing stuff. And then of course, getting introduced to our main character Danny via this just really cool establishing shot. Right, you get to see he likes to draw. Obviously, he's creative. He's watching anime on the iPad, or at least listening to it. The room's a mess. You see just all the little details that tell you so much about this character that you've just met. You see the adult magazines there laying around. Yeah, it's just very cool stuff. So through this issue, you get to meet a lot more of Danny, and I'm very excited because obviously this is set in a very interesting time, right? It was set during the pandemic, and it's kind of its own little twist on that. So you get to re-examine some of the like things that we had to do at the beginning of the pandemic to kind of make sure that life went on as normal as possible. But then you also have the element of like Danny's mind, how he perceives the world, how that looks into his head. And then lastly, you have the crime thriller on top of that. Like just this crime mystery, how does that change our protagonist? What's going on with these boots? Yeah, so really great stuff from Boom. Really great stuff from Philip Kennedy Johnson and the team. Highly recommend you check this out. And maybe pick up some of those cool variants and let me know which ones. So if you have read this, let me know what you thought about it down in the comments as always. Thank you for watching, everyone. Remember to share, like, subscribe, hit the bell so you know when we go live. That is most Saturdays, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. Stay tuned. We have more comic reviews, trailer reactions, TV recaps, all that fun stuff here in the channel. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye-bye.